Welcome back to Super Simple Security Principles, part of the IHP Academy. I'm Nick, and I'm super excited to be here with you today. Makani, man, we've got an awesome show.
I'm maybe less excited and a little somber because we've got some stories to share. They're near and dear to my heart. So it's
Right.
a little bit different. I'm not sure what the right word is, but passionate.
Uh,
I'm definitely
right,
passionate about
passion.
what we're going to talk about in this episode. It's important to me.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I have a little bit more reason to be excited. You know, luck happened to fall onto me. So that's the reason
Right.
I'm excited. And we'll share that a little bit later. But Makani, why don't you tell us what we're in for?
Well, we always like to start off talking about why we picked the topic we did today, which I don't think we actually have even introduced, but it's what I like to call protection partners. If you go search that on the internet, you're not going to find it because that's a phrase unique to the IHP Academy. And the way I want to explain the why today is with a story. This is a true story from a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, we'll call him Danny, shared with me a few weeks ago. And it's about him and his sister, who we'll call Megan. And Megan ended up falling victim to an online scam to the tune of about $2,000. And he didn't share any of this with Danny until after it had already taken place and it was too late. And when he told me about this, I was a little bit surprised because Danny is a really good person. He's really kind. He wouldn't, if she had reached out to him, he would have helped her. He would have, and I think it would have been prevented. And so ever since then, it's been on my mind, like, how do we prevent this kind of thing from happening? And so today's episode is a direct result of that pondering. And it's a concept I call protection partners. And it's pretty simple. It basically comes down to a protection partner I would describe as someone you trust to help you be wise. Okay, and how it works is like this. Say you're doing something online and a little question comes to your mind as you're doing something, and you're like, how safe is this? I wonder. Now, and I'm a big Spider-Man fan, and so I like to think about it
Okay.
this way. When Spider-Man's doing something and there's a bad guy coming up and he's going to shoot at him, his spidey sense tingles, right? Now, he doesn't get any information about why. He doesn't really understand exactly why it's tingling, right? But he counts on it. He trusts it. He relies on it, and he takes action immediately. Okay? And so that's what I think about in terms of this is if you ever have a thing where you're just wondering a little bit, is there, there's just a little bit of doubt in your mind about how safe something is, then what you do is you talk to your protection partner and just get a second opinion, see what they think. Okay, so that's the core of it. And then another way you can take advantage of your protection partner is having specific rules that you set up ahead of time. And this is totally up to you, but a common one could be that if you're doing anything online that involves money over a certain amount, say $500, whatever it is, then you would also double check with them. Even if everything, your spider sense is not tingling, everything seems totally fine, you have that rule in place and you do it anyway, just because the stakes are so high and you want to be safe. Okay?
Right.
And then, so the critical part of doing this, though, too, is that you pick a partner and you explain what their role will be for you, and you tell them whatever rules you've made ahead of time, right? You want to do it well ahead of time before the situation comes up, so you're not in the moment when it's feeling urgent or you might be really excited about something. There's other strong emotions. You want to really train your brain and have that framework in place when your brain's actually working well. You're thinking clearly, right? And that's the overview. And there's some details we're going to get into next, but that's the essence of it. So next, I want to talk about what kind of person you want to pick as your protection partner, because who it is very important. And it's not hard. The requirements aren't big, but really the main one is you want them to be supportive. You want somebody who's not going to mock you for reaching out for help because they see the value in having a protection partner. They understand the risks that are present online. And ideally, you'd want somebody who tends toward being careful, thinks things through, but they don't need any technical knowledge, okay? Because here's the thing, that the biggest benefit that you will have through this is it will just slow things down. You'll have somebody to discuss it with. And usually just that process of stopping, talking it through with somebody else, you'll see that there's a problem. Not always, but it is a huge layer of security for you.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, this is why I was excited, because as luck would have it, and I call it luck, years ago, I decided I was going to sell a motorcycle online. And so listed it at a popular online website, set up an account, took pictures, whole 9 yards. Day of, I start getting messages, and lo and behold, like, I've got a dude ready to make a deal. He's going to pay me a little bit extra, ask me to ship it for him. I'm not seeing any red flags. I'm like, okay, yeah, killer, this will work, whatever. Yeah, I'll send you back money, whatever. And all sounded good to me. And I just happened to mention this to my sister. And she's like, whoa, 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 I just read about this online. This is a scam. And I was like, no, no. And she's like, let me send you at least what I read. And so sure enough, she sends me this article, and it's almost identical to what's going on to me. So for me, I'm able to shut it down. I'm surprised, because I'm like, they were texting me from a real phone, like, or at least I thought it was, and so having her legitimately saved me thousands of dollars. And, shout out to her. I'm not going to say her name, but you know which sister you are. I'd better see in the comments, at least saying that you listened to this. Thanks for saving my butt. I truly appreciate it.
Good sisters are awesome. Thanks for sharing that story. It's very cool. Perfect example of what we like to see in a protection partner. All right. Now I want to take what we have so far and build on that. Because protection partners are the sort of thing where I think if one is good, many is better, and a group is the best. Because then you've got more experience to draw on. And, I think there are certain people that you might know, or maybe you're one of them, who might need a protection partner group. And we're creating one in the IHP Academy. It's going to be one of the major features of our ongoing membership. And it's a feature that I'm really excited about, because the way I see it is we can have this powerful community of people who they really care about online security and are working together to try to protect each other. And so not just, just your family, but a whole massive community. Ultimately, that's what I want to build. So I hope if you're listening to this, you'll come join us and be part of that group.
That sounds fantastic. I would love to have a group and a community that could help me make prudent decisions. And man, I think that's an awesome idea. I personally really can vouch for the truthfulness of having a protection partner and what it can do for you. So I'll use Makani's word, I am passionate about this as well.
Well, and with our academy, I'm going to be in that. I'm going to be one of the protection partners. That includes me. So I will be not just your protection partner, but what I like to call, the title I picked for myself, is Master Guardian, which means I want to help you with anything related to online security. Maybe you found a new shopping website and you're wondering if it's safe. Or maybe you just know there's a lot of dangers online and you want to improve your online security, but you're not really sure where to start. Happy to help you with that. Or maybe you know exactly where you want to start. You want to start by removing Google from your life. Happy to help you with that. So if any of this sounds like it would be useful to you, then I hope you'll join us in the IHP Academy and let me be your master guardian. It's something that I've been obsessed about for a long time. And anybody who knows me well knows I really love playing video games. And my favorite kind, though, is the type where I can heal or defend or protect my teammates. And so it's just kind of a theme of my life.
Right. And let me attest to the truthfulness of this. I've played video games with Makani. I've watched him play video games, and he is always the defender, the protector. And I love it. I love it. And that's what I love about him. So, yeah, truly appreciate what we're building. Thank you so much, Makani.
Yeah, well, and to wrap things up, Nick, I appreciate that. I want to bring us back quickly to the story at the start and ask this question. Why didn't Megan reach out for help? And I don't know her, but I know based on the people I have helped that and this is kind of a theme for this episode, is that most of the time, for whatever reason, when they ask for my help, they feel like they should know, like they're stupid for asking, like for not knowing all the things I do. And so it really boils down to this. I want to give our listeners a strategy that celebrates asking for help, because asking for help, picking a protection partner, that's the smart thing to do. So I hope you will find a partner in or out of the academy, but I do hope that you will join us in the academy as well.
Yeah. Let's celebrate. Let's stop looking at the numbers of people that were scammed, and let's start looking at the numbers of dollars we were saved from scams. I really appreciate that, Makani. Thank you for your time today. Hey, just so you know, today's plug, Protection Partners, is just part of a plan, a larger security plan we have that we'll be bringing to you. Next week's episode, just a little teaser, is Makani's brainchild. We call it two-factor communication. And this one I'm a little somber for. I actually have a relative that this would have saved as well. So looking forward to hearing from you. Look forward to our show notes. And again, we invite you to come visit us at the ihpacademy.com. Thanks so much for listening. You're getting better just by listening. We're so proud. Have a great day. Bye-bye.